What's up guys, welcome back to the Foresight. This is Migs. So D23 is done. Let's talk about the Marvel presentation, what they announced, what they didn't. Are you hyped for future projects? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you feel it needed a little bit more, which I felt, especially for us just chilling online? The thing is, a lot of Marvel fans were super hyped for possible crazy announcements like Fantastic Four casting, Deadpool 3, X-Men or the Mutants, even Spider-Man stuff like the Tom Holland trilogy, Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man, but a lot of the fans were largely disappointed. One of the main reasons were industry insiders teasing us of the possibilities and rumors like this tweet from Emmett Kennedy which set the internet on fire. It name drops a lot of candidates and everyone went apeshit on the possibilities, mainly because a lot of these names are really popular and everyone loves them. Also, the Hollywood trades were hinting on Fantastic Four castings. I think people in attendance had a better overall experience though. There were a lot of content exclusive for that crowd, like footage for Loki 2, Quantumania teaser. These are not available to the public just yet. If you're new to the channel, we cover pop culture, mainly Marvel, Star Wars, and some other stuff too, like DC if they ever get their shit together. Please subscribe for more. It would really help the channel grow and make more of these videos. But enough about that, let's dive right in. Starting with the Fantastic Four, so Kevin Feige has confirmed Matt Shakman as the new director for the Fantastic Four movie, set to release November 8, 2024. So we'll probably get a movie that's focused on space exploration, very Star Trek, which is great, but they did not announce the cast on the presentation. Who's gonna play Reed Richards, Sue Storm, and Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm aka The Thing? And a lot of the fans were wondering why. It was claimed that Kevin Feige wanted to get director input before any casting announcements. Since Matt Shakman was just confirmed, barely has his feet wet on the project, it's highly unlikely he would have had any input by D23. There were a lot of rumors on the casting of Reed Richards. We have Penn Badgley, Henry Cavill, and Glenn Howerton. A lot of Hollywood insiders are suggesting that the decision is pretty wild because of the plethora of possibilities, and they're kind of sitting on it for now. One of the reasons on my mind is that Mr. Fantastic has such a huge role in the future of the MCU. Ever since Endgame, we are missing that lead character that carries the brand. No offense to other characters, but we need that alpha juice, someone with enough charisma to retain the fan base and keep the brand interesting enough so that people stay for the next few years. People like RDJ, Tony Stark, T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, and Chris Evans, Captain America. In the comics, he is considered the smartest man alive, and for good reason. Having mastery of most of the sciences, a member of high-profile groups like the Illuminati, Avengers, and Future Foundation. He has massive ties to main story arcs in the comics like Secret Invasion and Secret Wars, so there's no doubt in my mind why they're having a hard time picking who's gonna be Mr. Fantastic. Sue Storm may have been cast already, with Jodie Comer being on everyone's list, and that's great. Other members of the team, Human Torch aka Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm, The Thing, are yet to be confirmed, but I do think they're pretty close in finalizing these. They are in final talks for sure with some of these actors, and we may get the announcement instead later on in the year. Now moving on to other things not mentioned like Deadpool 3. We know the script exists somewhere. We know he'll pop up in the MCU down the pipeline. A lot of the fans were kind of disappointed we didn't get any update on this, at least even a logo or a hint of the status of the movie, what's happening. It's kind of in limbo at the moment. Insiders did say it's not on top of Feige's priority list, ATM. He does have a lot on his plate at the moment. The man is basically formulating the entire MCU multiverse in his head, so let's give the man some space. With the success of No Way Home and rumors of Tom Holland landing a massive deal with Marvel, it's no surprise that people expected some form of info for Spider-Man, maybe a trilogy announcement in the works, other versions of him in the multiverse like Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man, who they have teased in the past, have had no love from D23. Most likely the legalities of some of these IPs are still being ironed out, and given the amount of stuff they want to release in the meantime, it's a safe bet that they want to slow it down on that front. They know the Spider-Man brand has a lot of weight, and once they decide to release, it's gonna be a thing on its own, so no worries there. Take your time. Moving on to the mutants, the X-Men, the live-action MCU version. There are reports that the team is not on top of the list for Feige, and the word is that he may not be able to make them until after Phase 6, so we're looking at 2025. Damn. So this may be due to the IP and the nature of the contract between Marvel and 20th Century. Also, why the rumored title is The Mutants instead of the X-Men. The film might explore MCU's current mutants teased in shows like Miss Marvel, not the mainstream characters everyone knows and loves. Of course, the animated show is different, so we have confirmation of that happening soon, but the uber popular live version of the X-Men and its characters like Cyclops, Jean Grey, Professor X, and Wolverine might be pushed back to future phases, which I'm kind of bummed about. It would have been cool to have a version of the team in Secret Wars or Battle World. Sucks, I know, but what are we gonna do? Going back to my impressions of the show, I think there was definitely a lot of hype. There's definitely some high points, definitely some juice, like the footage for Quantumania, for example. I'll definitely cover a lot of these in the channel throughout the week. What's dope, what I liked about some of these projects, so definitely stay tuned. But I also wish that some of those were shared for the online audience as well. I understand that Marvel wants to curb some of the leaks, and most importantly, they want people to focus on the current phase, but I think it made the event for most of the onlookers a little lackluster. Okay, now let's talk about the actual announcements on the presentation, mainly upcoming shows. To be honest, the hype is still going on for me. I mean, there are things that made me look forward to some of these projects, got me very excited. Director Ryan Coogler presented the cast of Black Panther Wakanda Forever along with Anthony Ramos playing Parker Robbins, aka The Hood, as the main antagonist in the Ironheart show. The Hood is a magic user, and it's very interesting to see how it fares against Riri Williams' technology. They showed off the cast of Quantumania as well. Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, and Jonathan Majors making an appearance. They showed exclusive footage, and the word is it's not exactly as the one shown from San Diego Comic-Con. Reportedly, we get more info on the story, which is pretty dope. How Cassie is a bit of a scientist herself, dabbing into the quantum realm, and how she causes them to get stuck in. Kang shows a little bit of his powers. This movie has massive ties to Avengers King and the entire multiverse storyline, so hearing stuff like this definitely gets me excited. Charlie Cox playing Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, made an appearance for his upcoming solo show Daredevil Born Again, coming to Disney Plus alongside D'Onofrio's Kingpin, based on the same titled comic book story arc in 1986, which is the definitive Daredevil tale written by the legendary Mark Millar. This show is gonna be awesome. 18 episodes long. They also showed the updated logo having the iconic DD scene in his iconic red suit. I'm super hyped, guys. Going to Secret Invasion, the first trailer for this upcoming Disney Plus show has been released to the public, and I have to say a lot of it is looking great. A lot of the fans have been clamoring for more seriousness. We're fed up with fun, silly, trivial stuff, man. We need more consequential, dilemma-driven stories that will engage the fan base. And this show is shaping up to be exactly that. Sam Jackson brings the right mix tonally, definitely an upgrade from the past Phase 4 titles so far, and this connective tissue to other titles is beneficial to the overall plot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Nick Fury standing against the tide of an invasion from these shape-shifting Skrulls. They've been here for years, and the incognito approach no one expects due to the nature of their power. In the comics, this is a self-titled 8-issue limited series with other tie-ins. You know, they impersonated heroes, copied their powers, let events take place like the House of M storyline as long as it benefits their plan. We see Don Cheadle in the trailer too, as it directly ties into his own Disney Plus show, Armor Wars. Speaking of Armor Wars, it's based on a 7-issue Iron Man story arc where Tony Stark's stack falls into the wrong hands. Starring Don Cheadle as James Rhodes, aka War Machine. There's not too much that we know of this project so far. D23 just unveiled the connection from Secret Invasion, so that's pretty much it. Loki Season 2, on the other hand, they showed footage exclusive for attendees. From all the sources, it sounds incredible. They're doubling down on what we loved from Loki Season 1. They introduced Short Round, aka Ke Quan, joining the cast, and I couldn't be more excited. You might remember him from Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. He was absolutely awesome in Everything Everywhere All at Once, opposite the radiant Michelle Yeoh, and tonally I think these two movies are not that dissimilar. Not to mention this show will be important to the overarching story of the multiverse. They do reveal that it has massive ties to Ant-Man Quantumania and Avengers King Dynasty. Werewolf by Night trailer is looking good too. Seems to be like a take on murder mystery horror tropes, and I have to say everything is looking awesome. The style is incredible, presented in black and white, paying homage to the OG films of the genre like Nosferatu, Dracula, Frankenstein, and so on. Marvel seems to continue with the horror genre started from Multiverse of Madness, helmed by composer Michael Giacchino based on the comics with the same name. The main character Jack Russell will be played by Gael Garcia Bernal, born with powers of transforming to a werewolf, realizing this on his 18th birthday. Also, don't blink on the trailer, you might miss Man-Thing making a debut, which is incredible. This swamp-dwelling plant-like creature has become somewhat of a cult classic for comic book fans, especially during Steve Gerber's 39-issue run on this series. Apparently, he will be in other Marvel future titles as well, which is hella awesome. We know Mahershala Ali's Blade will make an appearance. You might expect things to turn much darker by the end there. This will be Blade's debut appearance into the MCU. We hope to get more of these off-the-wall types of projects in the future. Another project that they announced that got the internet buzzing is the lineup for the Thunderbolts movie. Bucky Barnes, aka Winter Soldier, played by Sebastian Stan, definitely a welcome surprise, sporting his Wakandan mech arm right there. David Harbour's Alexei Shostakov, aka Red Guardian, I think is a lot of fun. Front and center as well, Yelena Belova, played by Florence Pugh, US Agent John Walker, Val, much like the Amanda Waller of the group, Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Taskmaster. I'm not sure about some of these characters, and frankly, I think they need to beef up their ranks to be at par with the likes of the Avengers. This lineup has a lot of enhanced individuals for sure, but lacks heavy hitters like Abomination or Red Hulk, and magic users, especially Cubic or even Moonstone. We might get more introduced as we get near the movie's debut. Also, don't forget Zemo is still included in the team. We'll definitely stay tuned for more info. I'll break down the entire team and all possible story arcs from the comics that they could use in the movie. All awesome stuff. Again, I'll be breaking down most of the other projects and titles in other videos throughout the week. Hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.